Hey friend, if you're watching this, then you're likely drawn to personal development and personal growth content. And I'm sure you've noticed that there's a ton of content on how to read super fast and finish over 100 books a year. But what is the point of consuming that much content if you never find a way to apply it? After consuming all this information, what are you creating? How do you balance your inputs with outputs? While consuming self-help content can be beneficial and inspiring, we have to strike a balance and not let it overwhelm us or distract us from actually taking action. Before we dive into how to apply what we learn, I'd like to remind you to be intentional with the information that you consume. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through endless feeds, take a moment to search for the topics that are of actual interest to you. As much as possible, try to find content that aligns with your values and your aspirations. Choose quality over quantity and focus on consuming information that genuinely brings value to your life. Next, it is important to remember that consuming content is only one part of the equation. The real magic happens when we take that inspiration and that knowledge and channel it into meaningful action. If you want the content you consume to make a difference, you need to align your outputs with your inputs. So let's talk about a few ways to do just that. My first tip is to complete the assignments. The next time you take a course or read a book that has activities and worksheets, take the time to do the work. You will likely gain new and helpful insights. Sometimes just getting a quick reality check can spur some changes in how you behave moving forward. The next idea is to reflect on what you have learned. When you finish a course, a book, or any other form of content, take some time to think about why and how this content resonates with you. Think about any past experiences related to this topic and how this new information might impact your future actions. Take some time to think about how you can apply these new insights to your life. The next tip is to commit to implementing one thing. Make one change to your routine. Restructure one aspect of how you work or how you do things. Start one new project or commit to practicing one new skill. The key is to start where you are and apply this knowledge right away. Don't try to retroactively fix how you did things before, just consider this a fresh start. The next tip is to share your new knowledge with someone else. If you're in a position where you can teach it to someone else, do so. If you can't teach it, then try discussing it with someone else. Ideally, find someone who's like-minded, who will appreciate this information, and is likely to engage in a discussion with you about it. And lastly, don't hoard your knowledge. When you learn something new, try to do something with that information before you start seeking and consuming new content. Filling your head with possibilities that you never explore and great ideas that you never implement will lead to dissatisfaction down the road. We all have a gap between what we know and what we do, and making that gap wider can make us unhappy. It's hard to reconcile who we could be with who we are because we don't take action. Remember that creating meaningful outputs or results is not about instant success or perfection. It's about experimenting with ideas that you think have potential. It's about progress, growth, and the journey towards becoming who you want to be. So embrace the process, celebrate small victories, and don't be afraid to let go of things you've tried that didn't work for you. Together, let's try to find a balance between consuming great content and creating meaningful results in our lives. Be sure to take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.